So my name's Conrad. I'm the Infrastructure and Cybersecurity Manager for SOAR Limited, and I'm also a apprentice mentor. I started learning IT in college, and then after college I took an apprenticeship with someone from our village who was a family friend. And quickly I realised that everything I'd learned in college was somewhat irrelevant when you get to a work environment. So apprenticeships really gave me the exposure I needed in IT to give me actual experience working. The theory of IT is great, but theory goes out the window once you get into the door of a company. So apprenticeships are where I practically learned everything that I did, and having the experience of an apprentice with the person that I worked with, who was very experienced in IT, working in a consultancy firm, that gave me the ability to jump into jobs that potentially I wouldn't have been qualified for on paper, but my experience made up for any of the certifications I didn't have. Being an apprentice and sort of thrown in the deep end, or almost being exposed to the technologies that you're going to be working with for the rest of your career, definitely helped with everything I've done since. And having a fresh face and a fresh perspective has allowed us to sort of redo a lot of our processes. Where we've got used to them, we don't see the inefficiencies. Tom comes in with a fresh face, and we've retuned a lot of our things around that. Althaus seems to be updating their courses somewhat regularly. I imagine as an apprenticeship provider, there's less bureaucracy and red tape to go through changing their course. An education institute might have to take years to be able to change content in their course. And technology moves much faster than the education system does. He's a lot more confident than when he first started. He had the skills and the drive when he began, but he didn't really have the confidence to follow through on what he thought, even though what he was doing was correct. Now that Tom's been with us for 7 months, it's hard to remember a time when he wasn't there, and remembering a time that we were a team of 2. It feels completely natural for us to have been a team of 3 for the past 4 or 5 years. Even though he's only been here for 7 months, he's really integrated, and very quickly as well. I was nervous at first because I've never had to mentor anyone before, but I found it quite natural. That is coupled with Tom's desire to learn, but being able to impart that knowledge that I've gotten over the past 15 years, I found it fun. There's been a couple of his lessons that he's come off of where he's learned something new that we don't do, some new process or new technologies, and he's worked to implement them within our business. So I can see right off the bat from his lessons that he's implementing what he's learned, and they're useful to us. We had high expectations when we interviewed Tom, because he came off as an incredible candidate, and he's definitely met our expectations, and he has exceeded them. We find that his desire to learn and his persistence with tasks is incredibly great.